Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is June 20th, and right now we are looking at the mid-level water vapor loop here. You can see this low pressure system that's troughing out over the Gulf of Alaska here. You can see British Columbia, Washington, and Oregon. Got a couple warm days coming up here across the Pacific Northwest, and then we're going to start to cool things down a bit here again, with potential for not just one but another trough after this as we go on in through next week. We're going to dive into those details, and we'll take a look at the extended forecast, some of the fire danger out there as well. I am out here in Ritzville, Washington, in case you're wondering why I'm in a hotel right now. We're going to do a second day of dust devil chasing. Had a pretty fun day yesterday. Had some 360 up close action camera close intercept with the dust devil action out here. So I'll be putting out a video for that here as well, and we've shared some of that information here with the National Weather Service, Spokane, Washington. They want to use some of the footage for their training purposes, so I went ahead and sent them a portion of that video this morning. So fun stuff out here. And taking a look here at the visible satellite imagery, you can see as we back through yesterday, we did have some buildups across the higher terrain. We had some thunderstorm activity here across southwest BC here and across the higher terrain. And near Mount Rainier had a couple thunderstorms pop off across Idaho and Montana as well. And we can go ahead and click on the GOES derived and make sure that is selected there. And you'll see right there about sunset, you can see a couple of those lightning strikes near Mount Rainier. And then you'll see some of that across northwest Montana. And then you can see a few strikes there across the Idaho Panhandle as well. And we did have a few lightning strikes across some of BC here with the storms earlier there. And I was out here, and the clouds were playing a little bit of havoc there this morning. You don't want any clouds if you're out there dust devil chasing. But as we scroll through to last night, of course, visible satellite imagery is not going to show anything. Then we go to this morning, and you can see clear skies out there. But you can see some of the marine layer up against some of the coastal areas here as well. Columbia River kind of pushing into Astoria and the Grace Harbor area. Hopefully I'm getting some fog this morning, or some low clouds out there also, but a lot of sunshine for the interior areas. You can see Mount Rainier right here, and you can see the Idaho Panhandle and down towards Oregon as well. And the Pioneer Fire has been burning out there for the last few days as well, still producing some smoke. We're going to go over that in a little bit of detail here in a moment. Now, taking a look, you can see the National Weather Service Spokane. I sent them that video clip this morning, and here it is. My son actually captured this one. Nice contrast there with the blue sky and the white clouds there, and just some monster dust devils out there yesterday. Pretty fun stuff. Taking a look at the hot temperatures expected Saturday, look at Pasco 98, Walla Walla 94 here, Pendleton checking in at 96, Bend 92, Ellensburg 97, Yakima 97, Ellensburg 92 I should say. But Saturday's probably going to be the warmest day so far this year. And you can see the moderate heat risk that is in effect. It does include Ritzville, Moses Lake, Pasco, Yakima, Tri-City, Spokane, and even Chelan up here also. So heads up for that. But we're going to start cooling down here as we go through Monday here east of the Cascades. We're going to start cooling things down a bit on Sunday here for places west of the Cascades. More on that here in a moment. And you can see warmer and drier across the northern Rockies here, some 80s and 90s as we go through this weekend. Taking a look at, this is Brookings, and you can see Medford National Weather Service. You can see North Bend, and take a look at Medford 96, Wairika 98, Mount Shasta City checking in at 96 here as well. So you can see the big contrast between the coastal areas and some of the interior areas for sure. Now, taking a look at what's going on here, we have this ridge, kind of transient ridge for the most part here, hanging on as we go through Saturday for most areas. But as we go on into Sunday, you'll notice the change coming here, and we're going to start kicking this onshore flow across the region. And eventually by Monday, we're going to start to cool off places even east of the Cascades, and we're going to feel the changes here west of the Cascades as well. And if we scroll on in through, this is about Tuesday late morning, there's Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. You can see this next trough starting to roll in here. It might actually have a little bit better chance for some precipitation down across western Washington. We'll look at that here more in a moment as well. Now, if we look at what the Doppler radar may look like here over the next few days, let me make sure this is up to date really quick here. These models are running as I speak. We put this into motion here. We're going to take a look at what is coming. You can see as we go through Saturday, you're getting a little bit clipped here across some northern portions as we go through the day Saturday, but still should be a fairly nice day for many areas. But we're definitely going to be increasing the cloud activity here across some places west, especially British Columbia here as we come up. And you can see the 12Z NAM is out to hour 35. In fact, let me back this up a little bit here, and we're going to check out the 06Z run. And we're going to scroll back, and you can kind of see some of those clouds starting to move into the region here as we go through Saturday morning. But as we go on in through Sunday, you can see that shower activity try to pick up here as we go through the day Sunday here, especially west of the Cascades. Now taking a look at daily 2-meter max temperature, look at Seattle today, 85 degrees, 90, 91 for Portland metro areas, and you can see areas above 90 here, east of the Cascades as well, southwest BC getting towards the mid 80s. But if we go to Saturday, you notice a little bit of a cool down there. There's today, 85 for Seattle, 81 for tomorrow, still some mid and upper 80s for the Willamette Valley. Still, look at those 90s, close to 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities here as we go through tomorrow. Probably the warmest day again of the year coming up. Then we go through Sunday, you'll start to feel the cool down even east of the mountains. Look at Seattle, only 68, some mid 70s there for the Portland area as well. And then Monday, Tuesday, we bounce back a little bit here, but then we're going to bring in that next system here as we go through the mid to the end of next week here. And you can see Thursday and Friday, only 68 for Seattle. That is below normal for this time of year. Now, taking a look at Seattle, you can see the warm day today and tomorrow. Then we drop things back down here with that trough. And then the next trough, as we go through the mid portion of next week as well, looms out there. And this is the Wednesday system out here. It does show some precipitation potential here. You'll notice the one that scrolls through here on the day of Monday, let's call it. You can see not much precipitation showing up there as well. But let's take a wider look at the entire region here. This is the National Blend of Models. This one is hot off the presses. Total precipitation in inches. Put this into motion. Here we go on in through tonight. Now we're looking on in through Saturday afternoon. You'll see some of this activity try to kick through here as we go through Sunday morning, but still light amounts across some of the central and northern Cascades of Washington. British Columbia starts getting a little bit better amounts here. Of course, Vancouver Island, western BC towards the coast, better amounts. But as we go towards Wednesday afternoon, there's Wednesday night, there's Thursday morning, you see better chances for some precipitation here for some of the Cascades of Washington, Oregon, western Washington. And you'll see that system swing through, bringing some nice amounts to Alberta, British Columbia, lesser amounts for Washington, even lesser amounts for Oregon and southern Idaho. And we'll scroll all the way out here through the 10-day period. And it is that time of the year where we really start to dry out here across the Pacific Northwest. You can see a lot of the areas here not expecting much in the way of precipitation. If we look at the 7-day significant wildland fire potential, we also have some fire danger out here. Look at NW6 there, would include Bend, Oregon. You have some elevated risk tomorrow and Sunday. NW10 includes Spokane, Tri-Cities, Ritzville, Moses Lake. And NW5 is actually Ellensburg there as well. But we do have the elevated risk out there as we go through some of this weekend, potentially on in through next week as well. So, you know, it also takes us a spark. So let's just keep our wits about us there. And I've scrolled in there on the Pioneer Fire. There's not too much going on right now, but there are a couple fires burning. And you can take a look at this website here. That is the Northwest Interagency Coordination Center. You can get a lot of information. You click on these individual fire icons and get more data. You can see the Pioneer Fire. It tells you what kind of resources they put towards the fire, how much of it is contained. Looks like I don't know that they're going to be able to extinguish this one. It's going to have to probably go on its own, but you can see they do update these statuses as well on what is going on with these fires. And also we've got some new information here on the monthly temperature outlooks. These go out as far as a year, and I'm going to do a video here and we're going to update the latest ENSO conditions, El Nino/La Nina. We have a La Nina likely coming here as we go towards the fall and winter months. But this is the one issued June for July, and you can see equal chances here across a lot of Pacific Northwest getting to the interior areas here, and you see the above average signal. But look at this below average signal here for the month of July for the Pacific Northwest. Don't like seeing that. We're already pretty dry though at this time of year. It just means we're not expecting much at this point. But again, I'm going to look off into the future here on a video probably coming up maybe later this weekend and into early next week. I'll be putting out a new La Nina update here on what we can expect, what kind of temperatures we can expect, and what we normally get here across the west coast of North America. So anyway, hope you guys are enjoying these warm days. We're going to cool things back down a bit here and kind of go back and forth as we go through next week as well, and hopefully bring a little bit of precipitation here before things really start drying out here across the Pacific Northwest. But anyway, I'll be out here dust devil chasing again in Ritzville, Washington one more time here today. Then I'll be heading on back home. And yeah, anyway, I hope you guys are liking these videos. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.